The last Embodiment conference was hugely fun, more successful than we could have imagined, huge learning, and surprisingly deep. So basically what happened was I thought, oh, I'll do a conference because that way I can get a bit more embodiment out in the world and, it'll be good for my marketing, blah, blah, blah. And I texted 50 of my friends who are embodiment teachers. I have a podcast, so I knew a lot of people. And in the morning, pretty much all of them had said, yes, I'd love to be part of your conference. And then I thought, shit, how am I going to run this? That's a lot of people. So I phoned my good friend Daniela, who's very German and very organized, and said, Daniela, can I pay you some money to organize this? Can't pay you much, but let's make it happen, because I knew it'd be a free event. And we thought we might get 2,000 or 3,000 people putting out on our network. And then it started snowballing. We got more and more interest, and I kept inviting more and more speakers because I'm just enthusiastic about the subject. Eventually, Daniela told me to stop at 100, so it ended up being 140 in the end, which is, a large number of speakers. And we ended up getting thousands and thousands of people. And then I realized that, so I'm getting a bit emotional because my dad had just died and had left me a little bit of money, not a lot, but about £10,000. That's about 12,000 US. And he wasn't a rich man, but I thought, I really want to use this well. And what I'd realized was if we use Facebook ads, we can reach more people. And those ads we'd hopefully make the money back through selling the recordings. But I was like, fingers crossed. So I'd never had 10 grand in the bank, I don't think, before. And I thought, fuck it, let's spend it. Let's go for it. It seems like people like this. On the Facebook group, there was this big community swell of people really enjoying the idea of it and everyone getting involved. So more and more people were getting involved. It was less and less my thing and more our thing. Volunteers were coming in. So we did that and we just blitzed it for a couple of months. It was literally 3 months between the idea and it happening. And in the end, 15,000 people were there. And we were so surprised that we knew it'd be cool, right? Because it was cool speakers, like Ken Wilber, kind of a big shot, big name. His PA had sent me a message saying, hey, why haven't you invited Ken? He follows your Facebook. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. You might not know Ken Wilber, but for me, he's kind of like the rock star of philosophy. So I was like, wow. And so we knew it'd be cool because of the speakers and we knew people would have a good time. We didn't know if we could really do it, if I'm honest. We had never, ever done anything like this before. It was pretty amateurish at times. It was the English would say we were blagging it, which is like winging it. And, but it worked and nothing really major went wrong. A lot of things almost did. Daniela and I had worked some incredibly long days. Arabella, Christina, other people involved too, not just us. Tom in America, staying up half the night to do ones in America that we couldn't do in England. People in Australia and New Zealand getting involved. There was a whole Kiwi track, we called it. And we were like, wow. And through everyone's hard work, through a bit of luck, it went off great. And the depth that was there, the connections that were made, the things that come out of it, like the embodiment circles, was just like, wow, we did not expect that. So we're obviously going to do it again, but we thought, okay, this time we actually know what we're doing. We're going to have a year lead time, not 3 months. We're going to get some professional advice on various things, things we'd learned the hard way, things we then, got professionals in for. And I thought, we could do it again and get maybe 20,000, but I thought that would be boring. So let's make it 10 times as big. Let's make it the catalyst for a global movement instead of just a really nice conference. So that's what's happening now.